today's class, well, maybe not a class, but a little script of some movements to help you get through is gonna be wings. Yeah, this is like good. This is good stuff right here. This is the stuff that you need. So let's tell you how this goes. So from the wings, you gotta think all the way from your back. We still connecting with the back. You gotta think from your back, through your shoulders, through the elbow, through the forearm to the end of the fingers. All right. One thing about those are your wings, okay? So I'm gonna give you a lot of information, right? I know it's gonna be a lot of information, but it's not gonna be too much that you can't follow. All right. So the first uses of your wings are not, like ball your fist up, okay? This was the original. One thinking about wings back then, they was just simply getting bucked, all the fist pumps. But this is the upward motion. This is like lifting up, pushing up. And I want you to think again, you're going through the back. You're asking about basic movements. So this goes from up to in front of you. Yeah, same movements. To around you. And this isn't supposed to feel like, super carried. So what I mean by carrying, I'm carrying my weight. This just has a throw to it. Okay, you actually throwing it. Let it go. Again, this wasn't named. This is just one of the first things we did in this style. We're getting booked, just running around, fist pumping. All right, cool. Like anything else, you're gonna break those things down musically, okay? So, for lack of better terms, all the wings that have this upward flap to them, we're gonna call those bucking wings. So this is just, a bucking fist. All right. We're gonna bend the elbows, kind of like you think about a chicken for a second. And from here, bring it up. Now this is a fixed wing. So what I mean by that, there's a fixed position in the wing. Yep. So I'm just bucking now, using the upward motion, a fixed wing. And we'll add this into our steps. But this is a simple arm move. This is a series about the upper body. I am using my back muscles to control this. Same thing. Just guiding with the elbow now. All right. You can do the same thing, focusing down. But there you go. That's one of those fixed wings. All right. This move was one of the first moves that actually had a name. And these wings are gonna be more flapping from the hands, right? And this move was called the bird. So I'm pulling up just like a bird that can fly, pushing through the hand. It could be one arm. Both arms was how it's originally done. And yes, it follows through the head. And it's a follow through the hands, through the wrist, through the fingers. All this will be bird. 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 Good. All right, moving from the bird. want you to start thinking about fixed wings again. Now we want to think about an airplane. So I'm gonna be a little creative with this. Basic airplane, both arms out. So basically holding this position. Each one of these wings, by the way, you know, is like ways of dancing or quote unquote playing with rhythm and movement and energy. Okay, with rhythm. This is like coming from the plane. So if you already had those bucking wings, that bucking feeling it up, it still has this up to it. Up, 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 up. This is very common with choppers. I going through my back and my shoulder. So this fixed position is what the airplane is about. Any of these fixed positions, as long as it's not going vertical. So any of these fixed positions that are on the horizontal, even going back. All right, when we start going vertical, we start getting into helicopter things. Again, a lot of times I tell people think about circles. Caviar used this a lot of his spin, as well as down. So these are just using this. This is a lot of using for propelling. These aren't so much as grooved in as much you don't see people. These are more like used for spins. But these are come from the ideal of helicopter. Taking those wings and propelling yourself by the wing. Again, vertical wings, up or down, even if they down here, those all come from the helicopter, the chopper. You know what I'm saying? We don't call it helicopter, we say the chopper. All right, so from there, we can go right into kind of these windmills. So the windmill originally wasn't done all the way. The windmill was originally done more, think about the swing here. And it was done a lot when, to exaggerate a slide a lot of times. Yeah, so those are just windmills. Again, most of the time they weren't done as vertical. They were more done right in here. See. All right. So these are gonna be more truly fixed wings, less about rhythm in the wings as much as it's about from the back holding the wing position. These can be anything. The easiest thing I can tell you is think of above the sternum or chest, any position you holding while you traveling. And these are held, doesn't matter how you hold the hand. Because the ideal is to still take this position through the back and use it to travel you around. So if you into if you ever did ballroom dance, the promenade would be having fixed wings of the upper body. So that is just like a very simple idea of holding the wings. You definitely see these in spins a lot. See people holding wings in the fixed position. So far we've talked about a couple of things. We talked about fixed wings, wings that are fixed in space, using torso rotation, tilting, things like that to move them. We talked about wings that flap, like, and we just think about that flapping as that bucking energy. We talked about kind of combining them, a fixed wing that flaps. Talked about that for thinking about airplaning. And then, of course, we also talked about, I want you to think of wings that soar. All right? I think that's enough for wings. Yes, it goes further, but I think you can play with those in your style. All right, so I know we talked about wings. Okay, so besides wings, I want to give another upper body thing that was done. Hey. So there was this girl named Hook Arm Trina. Quincy told me this story about Hook Arm Trina, where the way her arm was positioned when she was gangster walking, it made her point. So her points weren't fully from the elbow, they was more from the wrist. So I'm giving you this as I know we're gonna go into a hand series, but I want you to think that taking that and moving from the wrist and being able to think about fixing those wings, but with a point. So I got a fixed wing, now taking that point. Simple hand movements, simple arm movements. Take a bucking wing with a point. Helicopter wing with a point. I'm sorry, airplane wing. That'll be helicopter. So those are different ways of just taking those wings and changing the detail of the hands with a point. Play with it.